What's going on, everybody? So today's video, I got the wife back, and we're gonna be doing a battle between two great versatile fragrances. These are gonna be sample and decant reviews because I am done buying bottles. So we're gonna be doing Montblanc Explorer against Bentley Azure for Men. Stay tuned and watch. Alright, so with the wife here, okay, so on this arm here, so on the right arm we have the Montblanc, we got the dry down, the opening that's been there for about a minute and a half now, and the dry down which has been there for 55 minutes. And Azure is on this arm, so the dry down and the opening, same time as this one here. Alright, so let's start with the Montblanc Explorer. This scent was actually launched in 2009. The Bentley Azure line was launched in 2014. When it comes to the note breakdown for Montblanc Explorer, the top notes are bergamot, pink pepper, and clary sage, with the mid being Haitian vetiver and leather, and the base is Indonesian patchouli leaf, that's one giant long word, cacao pod, akigala wood, and ambroxan. Do you get any of those notes, hon? Now, first and foremost, is there a big difference between the dry down and the opening?
Yeah, big difference.
Alright. Now, do you get any of those notes that I just listed off?
Maybe a sage for sure.
Okay. And you use a lot of sage in cooking.
Yeah, so I can pick that one out easily.
And you even grow it on the balcony here.
I think the rest are kind of hard for me to pick out, but I smell a significant amount of sage. Okay,
alright, so it's kind of herbal then on my skin.
Yeah, very herbal. I think that makes sense. Yeah.
Okay, so when it comes to the Bentley Azure for him, top notes would be pineapple, tangerine, and violet leaf, along with bergamot, and the mid is paprika, lavender, tea, and clary sage, and the base is cashmere wood and tonka bean. So, big difference from top to bottom there, babe?
Not too big a difference. Okay. Yes, obviously the opening smells a lot stronger.
Okay.
But not like the one that I smelled on this arm. I smell the pineapple for sure. Lavender.
Okay.
I get a lot of pineapple and lavender. Let's see.
So the pineapple for most people is the most prominent note.
Is it?
Yes.
Okay, so good. I got it on the money. That's nice to know.
Do you get?
I don't get any of the sage.
You don't get. What about spices? Do you get paprika? Do you get like a spice?
Not really. It's a very mild scent, I find.
What about on the arm? Is there a big difference though?
Yeah, there's a difference.
Okay, so does like any of the other notes come in?
Maybe more of the lavender.
Okay, all right.
Than I did in the opening.
Okay.
Tea is a note?
Yeah.
Like, So what I smell, you're probably gonna ask me this, but what I smell, the differences between this one and this one, that this one reminded me more of skincare products. Oh,
okay.
Like it reminded me more of something with a bit of an oily scent to it. Interesting. Especially for stuff that you have to put in your hair.
Okay.
Well, for girls that have to put stuff in their hair. I don't know why. That when I compared them and I flipped from this scent to this scent, this one on the dry downs to me smelled a little bit more like some of the products I use.
Okay, wow. Alright, so when it comes to the Montblanc Explorer, I pretty much get ambroxan or pineapple. I could have sworn pineapple was in this one. I reviewed this one last year. I have not smelled it since, so I thought pineapple was a note, so I get bergamot or citrus along with ambroxan, woods, and this is pretty much along the lines of Creed Aventus. I think that this is Creed Aventus without the pineapple. And when it comes to the Bentley Azure, this opens out with lots of citrus and pineapple. I do get the lavender and the paprika. During the paprika comes more into play. Well, really the spice. I get more spice than paprika, really. That spicy accord comes into play maybe 5-10 minutes afterwards. And it's pretty much like that for the remainder of the scent life. I don't get the tonka bean, I don't get the cashmere wood, the clary sage or the tea. I just get spice, citruses, and that pineapple. Maybe I do get like a slight lavender, but other than that, not so much. When it comes to the seasons, which ones would you say that these fragrances are for, hon?
Seasons. Let me smell this again, please.
All right.
I think you can get away with this in spring, summer, maybe fall even.
Okay.
Spring and fall are very, very similar.
Okay.
This one.
Now, for me, the Montblanc is all the way from spring to fall.
Okay, so I say more summer.
Summer for the Bentley?
I think so, yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
I think maybe the warmer months of spring.
Okay, so spring and summer for me. Occasions, what would you say that these are good for?
I think this one is better for date night.
Okay. So the Aventus look-alike?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. I think this is better for daytime events.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think that both of these fragrances are quite versatile, quite masculine and mature. I said that the Montblanc Explorer really does smell like Creed Aventus. I'm not a big fan of Creed Aventus. It does smell good, it just does not mesh well with my skin, so I don't really understand the hype. And I've kind of said that in my initial review of this scent. I do find that it does smell it's very versatile, that you could dress this one down to dressing it up. Just like the Bentley Azure, I think that you could dress it down to dressing it up. But when I'm thinking of dressing it down for both of these fragrances, I say that you have to have some sort of sense of fashion. Nothing like too casual, nothing too bummy. I think that they're both, well, I would say that the Bentley Azure is a daytime and evening scent, while this one here is a day scent, but perhaps evening as well. But I just think that this one is slightly a little bit more versatile, because I do find that with the spicy accord that it can be used at night a little bit more. Longevity on these, when it comes to the Montblanc, 9 to 10 hours, which is fantastic, and the projection is more on the moderate side. When it comes to the Azure, the Bentley Azure, this is 7 to 8 hours, and projection is moderate as well. So both great longevity, but the Montblanc is a little bit better. Price tag on these. Okay, so we're gonna go with Canadian price tag. Montblanc is known for very affordable scents when you get them online. Fragrance X, FragranceBuy.ca, FragranceNet. But this comes with a little bit of a price tag, and maybe it's because of the hype that it gets, that it gets that comparison to Creed Aventus. So this goes anywhere for $39, which is fantastic. $39 Canadian, all the way up to $75 Canadian. And when it comes to the Bentley Azure, you can get a much better deal for $35 to $40 Canadian. So I think that price tag wise, that this would be maybe a little bit more cheaper, I find. But you know, there is definitely quality. Okay, so let's just see your final thoughts. Which one do you find? Do you have anything else to add when it comes to these fragrances here?
No, okay, so I certainly smell the ashiness in this one.
Okay.
Which is something I would smell in Creed Aventus.
Like birch.
Yes.
Okay, birch is not a note, but it's that Aki Galibwood.
Okay, so that's kind of what I'm smelling there. I like both of them. I prefer something a little less ashy, but depending on the environment, this would go very well.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think I have anything else to say about them.
Okay, but which one wins this battle?
Which one wins the battle? I'm gonna say Bentley.
Bentley Azure. Why is that?
I don't know. Maybe I like the smell of the products.
Okay. You like the hair care products.
Yeah, let me smell it again.
Okay.
Okay, so at first I thought, okay, smells a little bit oily, but it doesn't smell oily.
Okay.
Especially the opening smells really good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's light and fun, and it's very pleasant to the nose. It's not this, like I said, it's sometimes the birch turns you off. I know it's not birch, but sometimes too much of that is just too much of a burning smell. Okay. It's nice, but it depends on the environment. All
right, so my final thoughts. We already got the winner, but final thoughts on both of these fragrances. So Montblanc smells very good, good quality. In the end, it's not for me because it goes along that lines of Aventus, and I find that Aventus is not the holy grail. I'm sorry, that's just my opinion, and that it is overhyped and over talked about. And I do find that there are way too many clones and inspirations that go along the lines of Creed Aventus. Creed Aventus, there's so many batches. I know that people do complain about the batches. This does smell a lot like it. I think that this would be the representation or the best closest clone to Aventus, even though that this is not a clone of Aventus. I love how it's versatile, how the longevity is there. It's rather economical. $39 is actually a good price tag in my books. And $75 might be a little bit more expensive, but I think that if you can get these for like between $40 and even $60 Canadian, it's great bang for your value. When it comes to the Bentley Azure, and for this sample, I almost finished the entire thing, and I did go through another sample. I just want to keep this one here for another video. I just like how it's blended. It's very masculine. Both of these fragrances are quite masculine. They're both mature, and I do like how they're both gentlemanly. They're both very masculine and gentlemanly type of fragrances. I just think that I myself prefer the Bentley because of, as I said, I'm not a big fan of the Aventus. But both of these fragrances here are both, I find that what I like about this is the smell itself, and that price tag is just, I'm all about affordability because I am a bit of a cheapskate. Not when it comes to her though. I do spoil her quite a bit. And before I give you my final rating, hun, what is the final rating on these fragrances here?
I would give this one 3.5.
Okay.
And I give this one a 4.
A 4. 3.5 and a 4. Okay. So my final rating, even though that I said that this is not for me, I'm gonna have to be very fair and very honest. I gave this one a poor rating that I'm gonna give it right now. I think I gave it like maybe a 2.5, maybe a 3 out of 5. This is a 4 out of 5 because of that performance, the longevity, the cost, and the versatility. It's an all-around great scent. But for me, the smell is not really for me. And when it comes to the Bentley, price tag, smell, versatility, you know what, this for me is a 5 out of 5. So some people are going to say it's an unfair match, but you know what, my opinion does not matter for this very video. It's all about the wife. So hun, give me a kiss.
It's means.
That's okay. So hun, thank you very much for doing the video. If you want to see the wife back, we already filmed another video. We already did another battle. I'm not sure if that one's going to be up before this one, but we shall see. So guys, we thank you for your time. Take care, and we will see you later. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Bye.